Hello and welcome back for another round of Tipsy Wednesday. I'm your host, as usual, Björn. With me, as always and usual, Thomas
Hey, hey.
and Junior.
Hello.
Hello. Almost cocked it up there, the introduction. but, you know,
Don't cock up the introductions.
no. Have you guys been?
Been fine, very fine. And you?
Not. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same as you. Fine. It's like nothing out of the ordinary, I guess.
No,
Nothing to report, sir.
I started the this year's disc golf is back.
Yeah, because down where you live, you've got the weather's. How can you say it? You're not waddling in snow anymore.
No. The snow is gone, so I could play.
Lucky break.
Yeah,
Well,
you guys have snow though.
yeah, lots of it. So yeah, I've been shoveling some snow, but yeah, as expected, we know we live far up north, so
Hmm.
nothing out of the ordinary. Junior, got anything to report?
Too much snow.
Too much snow.
Too much snow.
Yeah, as we know.
I'm really wondering how tomorrow will go, because today is the snowiest day ever, right?
Yeah, it's
Ever. The snowest day ever.
No,
Ever.
no. We've had a fair bit of snow coming down today, and today as of recording though. So
Have you been outside?
yes, I've been outside. I've been shoveling snow.
Well, do it again, because
Yeah,
you need to do it.
maybe I will after this podcast. We'll see. However, if we have nothing else to report,
Yeah,
then
well, by the time, it's already late now, but by the time this podcast, it will also be late, but I will address it anyways. You know the actor Carl Weathers? He just passed away.
what roles did he play?
This guy.
Oh yeah, on
The mo-
screen he's
the most iconic handshake ever made in Predator. He played in The Mandalorian. He played in 4 of the Rocky movies. And he's a hidden action gem from the mid 80s, Action Jackson, which everyone should go watch if they already haven't.
yeah, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, or
Oh.
Apollo Creed for those who have watched more Rocky than Predator.
Oh well, rest in peace, man.
In pieces.
From the era when action movies were different.
Yeah, I would say cooler.
In a way, maybe, yeah. Well,
So yeah,
topics then.
topics. We have those.
Yeah, we have those. Should we just start off from the top, I guess? I think I've mentioned this before, but the infinite YouTube rabbit hole.
I thought it was
you
Reddit.
could- social media internet rabbit holes. It just starts in one end and you end up spending way too much time on it, and you at the end you ask yourself, how the fuck did I end up here? So I try to actively avoid spending too much time on certain social media platforms, but my worst one is definitely YouTube. It's like once you just start watching a video, I just have a tendency to like, oh, that looks interesting. It's only 5 minutes long, and oh, that one looks interesting. Let's cue that one as well. It's 10 minutes long, and suddenly you're just, instead of watching a movie feature length 2 or 3 hours long, you just watch random YouTube videos.
Yeah, I do much the same. I find an interesting movie or a clip or whatever, and I watch it, and then suggest a lot of shit, and it's like, oh, that was fun. And
Yes.
suddenly you're watching some random shit you have no fucking interest in. And you have no way of knowing how the fuck you ended up there, even.
Yeah, and the rabbit hole I've delved into most recently has been how can you even categorize it? It's video recordings of police interviews or police not interviews. What's it called? When they got a suspect, they take the suspect in for questioning. The
Hearing?
that's not an interview. It's it's a fucking
It's questioning, isn't it?
questioning. Yes, yes. Recordings of questionings, which has been a wild ride and interesting to say the least. In most cases, this has been released footage from cases that has.
What? Are you
What?
watching this to read up on how when you should get caught? You're
No,
supposed to say
It's-
No,
what
no,
to
no.
say.
Remember, Björn was questioned last week.
Yes, I
Something
was
by the
taken
police.
in by the police for questioning. So
So now he's just looking up ways to handle it for the next time.
So the algorithm somehow figured out that I was in for questioning and suggested videos of the same topic to me, and I've been delving into that rabbit hole. And it has been very interesting to see the people in question and the way the interrogators question them to get the social aspect at play for the police investigators to get the info that they want, and the different personalities that they interact with, suspects and victims or whatever, whomever they are questioning. It's I wouldn't say it has been eye-opening, but it has been it has been an interesting watch, and it hasn't been as unproductive as I thought it to be at first. It has been an interesting YouTube rabbit hole to delve into.
Like you will ever have to use whatever you learned on those. Your
No.
questioning was
I'll
kind
never
of,
have.
innocent.
No, but it has enabled me to get a deeper understanding of some of these criminal minds, the human mind, how some people,
psyche.
yes, how some people are wired up, and how some what some people may seem as logical, which for most people is fucked up. It's and how let's just take one of these cases as an example. There was this guy that took in for questioning, and at first he openly admitted to abducting and hiding a child, but it then turned out he wasn't only abducting and hiding a child. It was him and an accomplice of him, a buddy of him, hiding each other's children in the desert in some containers, and then trying to create an off-grid society where they tried to make a new family with each other's children. It's this delved into some weird fucked up shit and just got weirder and weirder. And that's that was an interesting watch. Maybe I'll even link that video in the description. That was so bottom line is the one of the weird interesting things about this is uncovering the mystery, joining the police of the investigators in the adventure of uncovering the mystery of what the fuck has been happening here. And I think that has been an interesting part of this as well. So, not the worst, not the most unproductive and not the most unproductive thing I've delved into in terms of YouTube rabbit holes. I feel like I've kind of I don't feel like at the end, after watching it for way too long, I don't feel like, that was a waste of time. But hey, maybe someone else will find it interesting. I'll link one of those videos in the description. YouTube rabbit hole, guys. I've drawn way too long about this. We have other topics besides YouTube rabbit holes. Thomas, would you like to introduce us to one of your many topics at hand?
Oh, you're letting me decide?
Yeah,
They are remaking The Witcher, the first video game.
Isn't that old news?
That is old news, but it's not CD Projekt Red who does the remake. It's another company they've hired to do this. And this company recently said that during the remake of this game, they will remove elements of the game that is unnecessary for today's audience, let's call it. So they will remove everything or anything that they find offensive with the first game.
Shit. Well,
And while you in Witcher 2 and 3 have sex scenes or such, you have a similar feature in the first Witcher game where you don't see the sex scene, but when the characters are having sex, you receive this baseball card with a nude of the character you just plowed. And you can
Isn't
collect.
that the
And you can
second
collect.
game?
No, that's the first game. And you can collect these games, these cards throughout the game with many different peoples in each arc you play through. And I suspect that will be a feature that will be removed from the game entirely.
because some people will find it offensive in a mature 18+ game.
Yeah.
Come
Because
on, guys.
it doesn't fit in the modern society that we are in now that it did in 2007 when it first came out. So I'm scared that they will destroy a good game. Or at least
Yeah,
a good
you're-
story. The game is clunky to play if you play the original game, but if they don't
Yeah,
remake
like
it,
game
as made-
mechanics wise, it was clunky, but removing features such as you as the Witcher character, being the Witcher character that he is,
collecting baseball cards of
yes.
the girls you shank.
Yeah, and I suspect it won't make the sex scenes either for it then, so you'll lose out entirely on that aspect if you enjoy it. So it's bad. And then it made me wonder, and I'm only speculating that's one of the things they will remove, like many other things, because in the first game a lot of people are doing drugs as well. You have this drug called Fistech, and it's going around the game a lot.
Do you think they'll remove so much of the game that it'll lose the original?
They said they would keep what made The Witcher essential, but I don't know. I suspect like maybe 30% of the features will be removed because there's a lot of bad language. There's a lot of racism in the game, just because of the nature of the story of the game and the books, which Andrei Sapkowski wrote. So I don't know, but I think they will take a Netflix turn here and make it somewhat their own new pet project.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to find a comparison. Imagine making a World War II film without the Nazis being racist, because that just doesn't fit in with with today's standards. Like, yeah, you kind of lost point of the whole main story here. By adapting to modern society. It's maybe that's not for the best story-wise.
But that's what we do in today's society, and that might very well be happening with the Witcher game. But we shall see. I will buy it, I will play it, and I will come back to that when the time has come in a couple of years.
Will you buy it regardless of release impressions?
Probably because it's The Witcher, but if the first reviews are really, really bad, I will wait and buy it when it's on a discounted price.
I think that's
and see for myself.
all right. Yeah, I've no objections to your.
Yeah,
your
because I
opinion
have
upon
pre-ordered
this.
games before, and I got burnt.
We all got
have.
burned.
We all got burned.
We all got burned. Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, Mass Effect, Andromeda. I think those are the 2 games I pre-ordered, and it might be the only games I will ever pre-order. I think.
Yeah, yep. However, I've heard Cyberpunk has redeemed itself at this point, though. Luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was 2 years too late, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't bought the expansion yet, but I've heard it's quite good.
So have I. Yeah.
And with that expansion, there came a lot of new updates for the base game as well. So everything should be hunky-dory by now.
Yeah, let's hope so. I haven't played it. Have you played it, Junior?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. So we've all just heard about it. Oh, I guess that's fine. Oh yeah, this is an old topic of ours. Some time ago, Junior's girlfriend and my girlfriend.
Some time ago, last week.
Some time ago, yes. It's a last week. Junior's girlfriend and my girlfriend. They went out of town. They left us. To say, to put it clickbaity. Well, they went out of town to watch a stand-up comedy show and have a girls' night out. And I was just thinking, at one point Junior said, "Hey, Björn, did you hear? Our girlfriends will be leaving us. Do you know where they're going, where they're staying?" I was like, "No, I know they're going to this next town over, but I don't know the details." And then Junior was like, "Oh, me neither. Oh well." so I was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe Junior and I have a very disconnected relationship, a very laid back, casual relationship with our girlfriends, which may be outside of the norm nowadays. Am I overthinking this, or Thomas? What's your take on this?
Hold on.
You're
Hold on.
overthinking it a bit late. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
well, I was thinking of this last week, but we didn't get to discuss the topic.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, Junior.
I knew which hotel they were at least.
Okay, because I still have no idea. I just
You
because
still
this is
don't know?
Yeah, no, I just they stayed at the hotel. They had a girls' night out. They went drinking after this stand-up show, and they had a good time. And they
So
came
you
back
didn't
home,
even
so-
bother asking, what hotel did you stay at?
No, no.
Was it a nice hotel? Did you even ask that? Or
I asked if they had a nice time out. Well,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was all hunky-dory. So I was like, okay, fine.
and you were like, I had a good time too. I got to play a lot of games this weekend.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, yeah, I just stayed in, watched some Reacher and played some games. It's like, yeah, fine by me. It was like, is that a weird thing to have such a nonchalant, casual
No.
attitude towards?
Isn't it a good thing you trust your girlfriend? I
Yeah,
suppose.
I think it is. I was like, yeah, she'll be fine there. It's like, yeah.
What show did they watch?
It doesn't translate well in English. I believe it's
What?
cock glitter and singing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. And I bet
Yeah,
you
Yeah, I
doesn't
believe
either.
Yeah, but it would translate very badly.
It translates very badly, but the stand-up show was done by I don't even know who these guys are really. Uh, so
They are
but-
true gay people.
yeah, very true flamboyant gay people.
Hmm.
And the show itself translates something like song, glitter, and cocks. That's literally the title of the stand-up show that they were doing. So yeah, maybe it was entertaining. I didn't feel the need to go there. I was like,
Why
yeah,
didn't
they
you-
really want to go there, and I don't really want to go there. So
Why? Why didn't you go there?
it wasn't. I hadn't heard of these people, and the idea didn't like intrigue me. So I was
Oh,
like,
come on.
eh.
I know next town over they have a gay bar and everything. It would have been a fantastic
It
night.
is jolly old time.
At least they
jolly
had one
good old
many
time.
years ago when I was visiting the town.
Mm.
And
The
we
town
were
in question is called Harstad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, me and my friend and my ex-girlfriend were there at some point, and they had this bar, and it was called the Black Sheep. And we were like, this sounds interesting. And then we got thinking, Black Sheep, it sounds weird. So we sent my ex-girlfriend to check out the bar first.
Mm.
But she took so damn long to come out, so we were about to enter when she came running down the stairs like, turn around, turn around, turn around, it's a gay bar, it's a gay bar. And we left in a hurry.
Hence why the name. It's the Black Sheep. It's
Yeah.
not the commonplace. But do you imagine it would close down? No, I
If
imagine
anything,
it's,
I
in
think
this,
they're thriving in today's society.
yes, in today's day and age. Yeah, well, why wouldn't they? It's like, yeah, you go, girl, guys.
Yeah, but that's not very inclusive, isn't it? It's not an inclusive bar, right? For
Well, I don't think the stereotypical straight male is denied access into such a place.
maybe.
No,
Maybe.
no, yeah, probably not. Just a heads up, the men might try to.
Might approach you.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
And if you, as a straight male, enter such a place and get mad because another man is hitting on you, that's kind of your fault. That's kind
Yep.
of the straight male's fault. You didn't do your research.
Junior, you're out of focus.
Yes, you're blurry.
Mm.
Your cameras, we can still see you, but
Yeah, I can't do anything about it.
No, maybe it's the
well,
connection.
It's not too important. Well, speaking of girlfriends and such, I have been watching a show regarding dating and finding girlfriends and boyfriends. A show on Netflix called Dating on the Spectrum.
Because you talked about
Um,
this a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I don't know. Did you, Thomas, write down this question? Dating on the spectrum.
No,
Which did you see? Question mark.
I just noticed one of our listeners had written us a question.
Hmm.
We answered one of those last week by showing off our computer setups. But there was a follow-up to that where they noted that you had watched Dating on the Spectrum, and they said that there's another one as well, or there are two of them. It's the American edition and the Aussie edition, I think there was.
Yes, I
so,
noticed as well.
Yeah,
But
so
the one-
so that's why I just figured I'd ask you, which one did you watch? And
Yes,
have you...
we watched the American version. And as that show ended, we finished season 2 not too long ago. Finished all of it, and of course the suggestions pop up. Dating on a Spectrum Australia version and Down for Dating, I think it's called, which is dating for people with Down's syndrome. Yeah, I think it's called Down for Dating, and it's like literally Down's syndrome people
Mhm.
dating. So it's like, all power to you. But yeah, that has been an interesting watch as well to learn how people with autism think, and how sometimes when they are told something, they take it very literally. S- um,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
do you?
it's what?
No,
So do
really.
I. Well, maybe sometimes. Maybe I am on the spectrum as well. I don't know.
I too
Yeah.
saw a dating show
Oh,
called First Date, which happens to be about blind dating. And
Okay.
I did a blind date a couple of weeks ago myself. So yeah.
yes. Yeah. How was? Well, you have elaborated how your blind date was, but how was the show?
Sometimes very funny
Oh.
because it's blind dating, so you don't know what you get, right? And some of those people are very weird. That comes about.
Mm.
And there is a famous clip on social media here in Norway from the Norwegian edition, with a dude coming in and he's not talking to the girl even. He's just sitting there at the bar and she's on the side of him, and he just reads through the drinking menu and orders drinks, and they just sit there with this awkward silence. You can almost hear
Never
the wind
says
blowing
anything?
and the tumbleweed just. Yeah, no, the bartender is like, well, maybe you should introduce yourself to the to the date.
Even the bartender was like, "Hey, you should say something."
Yeah, yeah. So that's really
Um,
funny. So there have been a couple
was-
of those, and there have been some gay people dating, some more flamboyant than others, and whatnot. So
Hmm.
you get a whole mix of things.
An interesting watch.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of funny. I watched some of them before Christmas when my mother and sister were visiting.
The-
We just
Do
happened to
you-
watch an episode on TV by accident, and it was so funny. I just thought, shit, I need to watch more of this, and I found it on one of the streaming apps.
Is it a show where you can sort of like watch it, but you can almost not watch it because you cringe so hard on behalf of the people on screen?
Sometimes it's like that, yes.
Sometimes. Hmm.
So I think they do 3 or 4 dates per episode.
Hmm.
So yeah. Some of them are very cringeworthy, and other dates are just going fine, so they're a bit boring to watch.
Who-
But
Who sets up these blind dates? Is it the show hosts themselves, or is it friends of these people? Is it?
No, you had to apply to be in the show though, and for some people, their friends had applied for them, where they fill
Alright.
it out a form, right, with like your
Preferences
and such,
yeah.
and someone running the show or something, I think, sets up matches from what's sent in.
Okay, that would make sense. Yeah.
So because the people you follow in the show itself is the bartender and the person that greets the guests when they enter the restaurant, and the waiters. They're the only like recurring people in this show.
Okay, so it takes place in the same location at
Yeah,
a certain bar.
It's a certain bar.
Yeah. Okay.
No, not a bar,
Yes.
restaurant.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
So
it's
the
available
bartender is a
on
host.
Discovery Plus or whatever the app is called now.
Hmm.
think,
What
yeah.
did you say, Junior?
Is the bartender the host?
No, it's not the host. It's just the bartender. They meet at the bar, have a drink, and then someone escorts them to the table.
And it happens to be the same bartender at the same restaurant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because these are the
Obviously.
people working the show hours at the very least. There have been a lot of people from up north coming down to Oslo to do this dating show.
Oh. Okay.
A lot of people from Tromsø and such. And my sister said in one of these seasons, a friend of her boyfriend was on this show.
Oh. Okay.
But I haven't gotten that far into the show yet, so...
How
so we'll
much
see.
content is there? One
Uh,
season? 2 seasons?
Oh no, it's a lot. I think the Norwegian edition has like 7 seasons or so.
Oh damn! It's like that's
So I've only seen 2 seasons thus far.
Hmm.
And I think he's in one of the later seasons because this was pre-COVID actually. So
Is it one of those shows that you can like casually watch while you're having a snack or something? or do
yeah,
you need-
it's a that's how we ended up watching it before Christmas when my sister and my mother were here. Because we were just flicking through TV channels, and we stopped on that channel because whatever happened at the moment seemed a bit funny. So we watched the rest of the episode, and then we got the clips like for the next episode again. And there was a really flamboyant gay dude who couldn't handle his date. So he was like, shit, we need to watch the next episode. And from there on, we basically binged a season during the week they were here. So yeah. I think it's a Swedish concept or something.
Blind
No,
dating or watching
the
people?
first date show. At least they were they did it before Norway, but
Have you watched Taskmaster?
I do watch the Norwegian edition. Yes,
Yeah.
I was planning on trying out the UK and the New Zealand edition.
New Zealand?
They have a New Zealand edition as well, yeah. And one of
I know
the and in the New Zealand edition, one of the guys who do some videos on and off on the Vival Dirtleg skits is there. So I was like, holy
What?
shit, I know that guy. I've seen him on YouTube.
All right. We do have some more.
We have topics.
We have topics.
Mhm.
Well, where the hell should we start? New Russian law?
Yes, Russia.
Is this the Russia-Ukraine conflict, or is it just?
It's related to it in some fashion, yes, because dictator Putin have released a decree that if you are against the war, protest against the war, or flee Russia because of the war, the Russian government will take your property.
Well, damn.
So you can lose your property even if you just speak out against it.
Just literally removal of free speech.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't this, like, for the Russians that still seem ignorant and believes that Russia is in the right on this must be a huge red flag. It's like, damn, if removal of free speech wasn't ever a red flag, then, well, long live ignorance. Fucking hell.
Someone made a skit about how Russians recruit soldiers as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it. It's two Russian soldiers showing up at some dude's door. They want to recruit him for the army, and he tries to come up with the different reasons not to join. So he's like, I can't. I have this thing in the oven, so I don't know. He doesn't buy
He
that.
has food in.
And then he's like, I'm a criminal, and they're like, we take them too. And he's like, I'm a Ukrainian actually. And they're still standing there like, yeah, we take them too. And whatever he throws at them, like, they accept everything into the army. And then they just grab him and drags him away. After he comes up with like 20 different excuses. And they take everything and anything.
Yep. Russian army recruitment in a nutshell.
So
I'm blind.
I didn't think he said blind, but he said something about my shooting his own people, and they were still, yeah, we take them too. So,
Well, damn.
yeah.
Well, I've nothing to add to that. It's just like, fucking hell.
It's so out there, but at the same time, it's a lot of those points I think are made in the skit because they're true, like using criminals and making Ukrainians fight on the Russian side.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Would you even dare to do that?
Russia does. So
Yeah, they do.
they do. It's like, we take them too.
Yeah, take them too. Take everything. I'll see if I find the skit. I saw it. I've seen it a couple of times, so I can probably find it again and link it in the social medias at the very least.
Okay. Thomas.
Yes,
USA on all fronts. Does that translate well for your next topic at hand?
it does. Because America, land of the free. They are supplying a lot of weapons to Ukraine during this war against Russia, or Russia against Ukraine. But America also has a lot of their navy placed outside of South Korea, because North Korea is testing nuclear weapons and long distance missiles and everything all day long down there. America has their navy stationed around Taiwan because China. America have their navy placed in and around the Middle East because of Israel and Yemen and terrorists and whatnot. And they are dangerously close to have a full conflict with Iran as well at this point. So America has stretched their forces all over the world now, from Europe to Asia.
Hooray!
Yeah.
America, the great savior.
Good
Good guys.
So they're all over the place, and if something erupts somewhere along this line, America will have to convey all their forces to that spot, and that will open huge holes in all of the other places.
Right.
Like if China attacks Taiwan, America will come to Taiwan's aid, and they will pull things from Ukraine. Like the sport will probably cease over there, because they need their stuff to protect Taiwan and everything, and which will make things easier for Russia. They will probably have to remove their navy from South Korea, which might give Kim Jong-un more excuses to keep firing missiles around the sea.
No. The American Navy is too big. You don't need them to divide, right?
They are the largest fleet currently, yes, but the Chinese fleet is building those big, like what's they called, the big ships with planes, hangar ships.
Aircraft
Carriers, yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you see China is broke now? China broke.
They're not that broke.
The largest industrial, not industrial, but what is it called? It's a company that went under just right now.
A Chinese
Yeah.
company?
A Chinese company
Yes.
owned by the state or owned by some private people, because I do know that private investors are struggling in China, but the government is doing okay.
It's the largest real estate firm in the world, which lies in China, right? Because it's the biggest country or so. But anyhow, they had the largest debt in the world as well, like $30 billion or something.
That's bad.
Yeah,
For them-
that's
for
really
them-
bad.
for them.
Yeah, and a lot of Chinese people have their money in the real estate, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
now
I think
the
I
real
saw a documentary about this a long time ago, about how
Yeah.
that real estate company was going to shit. It's
and now it's actually gone to shit. The
Okay,
state has
yeah.
said, no, you cannot. You have to pay back. You owe so much money.
Yeah.
So
Also, China is losing out big time during and after COVID because of the shutdowns. They didn't get to export all their goods. And now America basically has a ban on Chinese goods, almost. So a lot of their shit ain't going to their biggest market.
but at least we got Temu and Wish and AliExpress.
Yeah, we do. But still, the the American
Don't
fleet,
buy
if it
crap
leaves,
from those crap
Europe don't have
sites.
shit. That was my point earlier. Europe ain't got shit if America leaves.
Hmm.
Mhm.
True that. Speaking of America again, what's this? American Circus.
America. Yeah,
Trump
it's
versus Biden.
it-
Round 2.
yeah, it's almost a given now that it will be next year or later this year. The presidential elections over in America will start, and it's like 99% sure that it will be Biden versus Donald Trump again.
Yeah, America.
I don't know which alternative is.
Another old guy is fighting an old guy. Old guy
Yeah,
is fighting.
they are afraid that Trump will win and that he will start pulling back on the weapon deliveries to Ukraine and such. And they are also afraid that he will pull America from NATO.
Wow.
That's bad if that happens, but I don't know. I do know we had some demands last time when he was president that every country should use 2% of their the what's it called, the
GDP?
income, yeah, on their armies. And basically no one does in Europe except probably Poland at this point and Finland.
And Germany. Germany.
Not yet. They have said that they don't have shit if Russia attacks them.
Germany increased their budget for war by many percent.
They might have done so, but they aren't prepared for war at the moment.
They've
At
done
very
so
least.
to support the Ukrainian war efforts.
Yeah, that's probably where the
Um,
money is going.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, they're
No.
they're sending all their old crap to Ukraine and making new crap.
We do
Right.
know Germans doesn't always make crap. They have a huge
No,
war machine if they really want to.
German.
But currently, I think Poland and probably Finland are two of the biggest we have in NATO on the European side at the moment.
Maybe we can trust the Finns to protect us if big old Russia decides to attack.
Yeah, come on, the Finns have beat
Because,
Russia before.
historically, Russia has been struggling against Finland. So
Yeah, but
you go Finland, our
Russia is-
buddies.
Russia is struggling against Ukraine as well, so.
Yeah.
But Russia do get aid as well, just like Ukraine. Russia gets military aid from North Korea, from Iran, and from China.
Yeah.
And the way things are looking right now, some experts has just said that Russia will push back the Ukrainian front line.
Germany just increased their defending budget by from 1.7 billion to 51.8 billion.
That's
Oh.
a lot.
That's a huge increase. I don't know the maths on that, but from 1 point something billion to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
huge increase. So,
So
yeah,
the-
but
the-
every country the last couple of weeks or month or so, I've been reading about World War III and the war is coming. The Swedes have been on this for a couple of months now as well. Everyone should prep up and have these the nuclear tablets thingies you need and stock up on food and be prepared. Meanwhile, I'm going like, yeah, if Russia attacks, they will come up north first, so I will escape to New Zealand because no one thinks about New Zealand. It's a shitty
Historically.
yeah, it's a shitty little island out in the middle of nowhere. Who the fuck is going to attack New Zealand?
How the fuck are you going to get to New Zealand? By boat?
By
Plane?
boat or by plane? I don't care.
Hmm.
I can fly
The-
from here to England, from England to somewhere else down Europe, and from there to New Zealand probably.
You're immigrating.
Yeah, if World War III happens, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not immigrating, I'm fleeing. I'm surviving.
Yes.
The podcast
well.
will go on in some shape or form from New Zealand. Then.
Maybe Junior and I will have passed on, but you will keep our spirit.
Yeah, I'll just have some pictures of you here and use some AI to incorporate your speech patterns.
Yes.
And
Do
if
you
you
think
don't like what
there's-
we're saying, you will re-roll the AI.
Yeah.
Do you think there's enough footage of us at this point to make AI clones of ourselves in terms of speech and
From 100 and almost 140 episodes of this and 155 episodes of the Norwegian podcast with footage on half of it, yes, I'm pretty sure there will be. because all I need is
I-
your faces to sit like there just talking.
Yeah, but I believe you'll struggle with the Norwegian podcast. Because AI don't speak Norwegian good. Or any other language than English.
We don't speak English good.
No.
We-
No, so it would be
Uh.
like fucked up shit.
It might be a fun podcast after all. Yeah, but you guys
Yeah.
won't be drafted if Norway gets attacked because you didn't
We-
enroll into the.
I didn't sign up for the military, and I never got what's it called? I never got called into military service.
No.
I
That's-
simply crossed out the check mark where I didn't want to go in the army, and I checked off the check mark where it says disabilities, short-sighted. Yeah. Nearsighted, short-sighted. That's like
That's something else entirely. Has nothing to do with the vision. But yeah, nearsighted and Junior was nearly blind before his.
visually impaired.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a political correct.
Yes. Well, I think that's time for today. With that, we'll wrap up this episode of Tipsy Wednesday. Thank you, our listeners, for sticking with us for another round of Tipsy Wednesday. If you want to support us, there's a support link in the description below. Follow our social medias in the description below. And with that, I'll see you guys soon. Adios.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.